Previously on Paranormal Quest.
We are in one of the most haunted prisons in the United States of America, the Ohio State Reformatory. We're with Adelaide Haunted Horizons, Connor of Paranormal Encounters.
Hello, everybody.
Young men ages 15, 16, up to 30 could be incarcerated here. Now, as the years progressed, it slowly turned into maximum security prison. Conditions got really bad here. The growling. They closed the door, and as they turned and started walking, they heard growling directly behind them.
No, I heard like a stone, or not a stone, like a pebble or something get thrown.
But people do claim that you'll hear voices, you may be touched. I'm talking about people getting physically attacked, scratched, bruised.
You dropped that, and I said, what was that? And before you said ring, the obelisk said ring.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, cool. That's weird.
That was very creepy. We have a couple ideas for some solo challenges.
Might as well see if we can push it to the limit and make something happen.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I turned the lights on, and there was a woman right over there, standing over there, out cold. I was like, holy shit, I just killed somebody.
And that's what I want. I want you to attack me.
Release him?
So Greg told us there were stabbings, there were fights, there were a whole bunch of violent stuff that happened up there.
Those are footsteps for sure.
A man that looked like he was holding a knife.
Hello? Oh. All right, so I'm officially alone up here in the administrative section. Greg walked through when Greg walked us through earlier, he said one of the most haunted and active rooms was the chair room. He talked about people being attacked, people being scratched, people mysteriously losing consciousness inside this room, and that sitting in the chair and shutting the door caused some sort of reaction that led to people having these crazy things happen. So I'm gonna go in here and do that. I'm gonna sit down in the chair first, and then I'm gonna shut the door. This camera's in the hallway to see what's captured, because Greg's wife Kathy saw this crazy shadow that moved at the end of this hallway. So hopefully something is captured out here while I'm in the chair room.
One evening, we had a guest doing the chair room challenge. He was sitting up here in the chair, the lights were off. Now, when the lights do go off up here, you can't even see your hand in front of your face. It gets pitch black. So he was up here, my wife and his girlfriend were sitting out in the hall, and all of a sudden there was this huge crash, scared the crap out of them. Did not know what it was. They heard it, and they heard him like screaming, and what the hell was that? So when I used to do tours, I used to recreate that. One time I did it, and it didn't go too well. I had a gentleman sitting in the chair, had about 20 guests that night. They were all lined up along the walls. Turned off the lights, started telling my story. The gentleman sitting in the chair, just out of the blue, he's like, it went to my 5 o'clock. I don't know what that means. I just ignored it and I did my thing, right? Scared the crap out of everybody. Everybody screamed, laughing. I turned the lights on, and there was a woman right over there, standing over there, out cold. I was like, holy shit, I just killed somebody. That was my fear, because I've seen a lot of dead bodies. I'm a retired police officer, and I'm like, she's dead. She was out cold. We could not wake her up. We actually had to call the rescue squad. Eventually, we did get her up, got her out in the hallway out here. Squad came, they checked her out, her vitals were fine, she had no medical history, and she investigated for the rest of the night. Now, when the squad left, I asked her what happened, what did she remember? She said, I remember the lights going out and then talking with the medics. She knows nothing about what happens in between. Now, the gentleman sitting in the chair, he stuck around, he goes, I have to tell you, I'm a psychic, and when you turned off the lights, an entity rushed me. I deflected it, I pushed it aside. That's why I said it went to my 5 o'clock. Guess where she was standing? Right at his 5 o'clock. Now, she did not fall forward, she slid down the wall, The friends on either side of her didn't even know she went down. It's not like he said it went to my 12 o'clock and went to my 9 o'clock or anything like that. He said it went to my 5 o'clock, right where she was standing, right where she blacked out. So I have no explanation for that. And there were like 20 witnesses in the room.
All right, I'm officially inside the chair room here. I have the tripwire, the EMF tripwire circling the chair. So if anything comes around the side of me or moves around me that has some sort of electrical charge to it, which they believe some spirits or possibly paranormal activity or energy, whatever causes this strange activity, has an electrical charge to it, that I'll be able to see where on the wire it is.
All right, so me and Miranda are on the west side, third tier. We've got candle, music box, and tripwire set up, and we're gonna make our way around for a little bit while Ryan is doing his solo in the chair room.
So over in that area, there was a stage. I was sitting on the stage. I was basically up here by myself. That door wasn't here. The elevator wasn't here. The only thing that was here was that doorway with the red exit sign above it. I'm sitting there and I look, and here comes this shadow figure walking up the stairs. Walks up the stairs, takes a right, and walks down that way. Holy shit, did I just see that? And as I'm thinking about what I just saw and trying to think of a logical explanation, I heard growling coming from the center of the room. It's like, oh, that's not good.
Okay. All right, I'm sitting down. I can see all the way down to the chapel with the door open. If there's anyone in here with me, I'm going to shut the door here in a second. But it's said that you've attacked people in this room. And that's what I want. I want you to attack me. I want to see the scratch marks. I want you to push me or affect me in some very negative way. And I'm going to shut the door in a few minutes in hopes that you'll do something.
All right, so now we've got Ghost Tube Fox going.
All right.
That was creepy.
Yeah.
If there's anybody in here, if there's anyone in here with us, my name is Dave, and
And my name's Miranda.
you can use the device that's in her hand to communicate with us. It sounded like it. And that's going to be a correction. We're actually on the 4th. Release him?
Yeah.
Who's here with us? You guys, we just heard footsteps straight down.
Who's down there?
Is there someone down there? From our group? That was I.
Who's I? Can you tell us your name?
That was straight up footsteps. One more time, what was your name?
I'm going to do an EVP session here. EVP, Brian in the chair room at the Ohio State Reformatory. I just put a box right there on the floor. I'd love to hear your voice. Can you speak into that? What is it that seems to scratch people in this room? Who's doing that? Hello? Oh, I don't know if it was my eyes playing tricks on me, but I just saw a shadow in the hallway. I saw some sort of shadow go across the lantern along the floor. Is there someone out there? I just heard someone. Moving. Hello? Whose shadow did I just see? Greg told us that you snuck up on Kathy and you scared the shit out of her. Can you do that to me?
We're gonna come closer. I hope that's all right. Ew. It sounded like a stray breath came through, like a...
Really?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Unless I heard it in my ears.
Ooh, that would be creepy.
I don't know.
As we're walking down the tier here, if you have something to say, let us know.
You on the spot?
On the spot. Which one of these cells are you in? Which one of these is your home? Hector?
You decided to.
I definitely heard Hector right as I heard footsteps. Did you hear the footsteps?
I did.
Are you at one of the cells down here? We're gonna keep coming closer. I hope that's okay.
I don't know, but it's time for me to shut the door. It's time to close this door. Okay. The door is shut. and I'm in the chair. Greg told me some crazy stories about you attacking people in here when the door is shut. Opening myself up to you to do anything that you would like. If these people who are experiencing these things in here are actually having these experiences, I want to have one myself. I want you to do it. And maybe that's why you won't. Maybe because you know I'm looking for it.
Population? That's still coming from down on
Hey, something. Who's here with us?
Wait, I'm gonna stop all this. I wanna see it.
Okay.
I can hear voices.
Here, I can take it.
Of course, because I stopped it. Their footsteps are gonna stop now.
Yeah. Where did you go? Can you knock on the inside of your house so we know where you're at?
I feel like we should walk to the other side.
Okay.
We're coming around.
EVP with the door closed. Readjusting, and I'm sitting still. Come on now. I want you to hurt me. I need you to prove to me that you're capable of doing the things that people have claimed that you've done. I'm going to be in here for the full 15 minutes with the door closed.
It just goes on forever.
I know. It's crazy.
I don't know what that was. Who's there?
Is there somebody below us?
We came down here to talk to you guys. If you want to talk, can you make a knocking sound?
We thought we heard footsteps coming from over this way. Is there anybody over here? Trailing fence now.
Yeah, this side's a little more confining.
Yeah.
Where are you guys at?
Nothing on EVP.
Think of
Think of what?
15.
15 what? I'm in here all alone. I've been sitting in this chair for nearly 30 minutes at this point. It's been about 22, 23 minutes that I've been sitting in here by myself. With the door closed, it's been about 12. Can you talk through this? Can you talk through this box and tell me why you scratch people in here, why people hear you growling? Or if that was even you? What do you do to people in here? Did you say good? Are you happy I'm sitting in here alone? Right now, this seems like just any old room.
I don't like every once in a while you can hear this whole thing shifting.
Yeah,
It's kind of scary
just a bit.
because we're like 40, 50 feet in the air.
Yeah, I don't even want to look.
What's even more scary is I'm sure, like, when this place was open, that I'm sure they fought each other and pushed each other over and
Oh, for sure.
hanged each other over these banisters and stuff.
It's crazy.
Because that, like Greg said, that one guy said in just the few short years he worked here, there was over 200 deaths, so
Holy crap.
I'm sure they thought of everything they could do to kill each other.
For sure.
So now understand too, it's generally accepted that there were over 200 deaths here in the prison. A couple years ago, I had a former guard here who was on one of the private investigations. And I asked him about that. And he's like, we probably had about 200 deaths in the 6 years I was here.
Wow.
So tons of suicides in the cells, lots of hangings. So, and most of them, they're not making the paper or anything, or just like up here, a lot of, deaths that didn't get reported.
Me and Miranda have split up. We're in different cells. If there's anybody in here with me, could you let me know by trying to touch that candle that's on the door to this cell? All you have to do is try to grab it. And it'll turn off, it'll let me know that you're here. Or if you want, Miranda is a few cells down, you could go in there and talk to her. Okay. Oh, shoot. So, this died.
Okay.
So, I need to go get a new one of these, or a battery pack. Do you want to stay here or go with me, or?
I can stay here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I can put a bit.
Okay, so the IR light died on this camera. I need to go get a new one. Miranda's gonna stay here in the cell block and see if anything happens. I'll leave that there and I'll be back in like 3 minutes.
Sounds good.
There's got to be something that you want to do to show me that you're here, to prove to me that there's someone here with me. Maybe you don't scratch people. Maybe you're just an inmate or a correctional officer, a guard.
Support?
Are you just an inmate? Are you just a correctional officer? Or maybe you're one of the warden's family members.
You know.
Okay, 15 minutes in here with the door closed is up.
Consent to.
Nothing is happening, so I'm gonna walk the hall for a second.
Break.
This window right over here is where Kathy was standing talking to her dad. Red? Is that your name? Are you Red from the Shawshank Redemption? Morgan Freeman's here, everybody. Red, are you here? Sorry, that was silly.
All right, it's just me. Is there anybody up here with me now? We thought we heard somebody walking around up here earlier. Are you still here with us? Can you get close to these purple lights so I'll know you're here? I'm gonna be in the attic by myself in just a little bit. Should I be scared? Is there anyone down there? Can you knock again for me if you are? I don't know if that was confirmation that I should be scared or... Do you know of anyone who got pushed off these railings? Dave?
Yes.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
I'll have.
Okay. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna place this in the chair just to see what happens. We have a doll that we take to haunted locations to see if we can try and get anything attached to her. So I'm gonna set Miss Molly, the soon-to-be haunted doll, in the chair, the famous chair of the chair room. If you'd like to touch the doll or move the doll, you can.
Back.
Or maybe you can put some negative energy into that doll.
Ready. Fill it. And if you...
I will say there was that one moment that I was a little bit creeped out by, where
So,
I will say there is that one moment I was creeped out by when I thought I saw a shadow out by the lantern here, but again, that could have been my eyes playing tricks on me. That's the only thing I've had happen. Tripwire has not gone off. Lantern has not gone off. I thought I may have heard some footsteps, but I can't guarantee that that wasn't coming from somewhere else, from someone else's investigation. This is your last chance. You can move that doll.
we'd like.
It just said, we like. You like the doll? Do you not want her? You keep saying we like, but you're not doing anything. I haven't heard a single noise in this room. No crashing, no slamming.
It turns out.
Well, it's pretty quiet in here, guys. Nothing seems to be happening in the chair room, so I think it's time to invoke the other challenge that Greg gave, which was the west attic above the west cell block, and see if Miranda can have anything happen to her inside the area where some of the more violent inmates were kept when the Ohio State Penitentiary burned.
I've been up here where I've heard screaming. Been up here where I've heard footsteps running toward me.
This is going to be interesting. She hasn't ever been inside this place yet. She hasn't been inside that attic, so she doesn't know what she's in for.
That's why this place is also violent. We've had people severely scratched up here. We've had people thrown down to the ground.
So let's see what happens. Maybe. All right, so Miranda is getting ready to go by herself for the West Attic challenge. And Dave and I are gonna be upstairs in the infirmary while you're in there. So we are gonna be on a completely separate floor, and we're gonna come get you when you're supposed to be done. Now, the whole point of the challenge is you are going to walk from the front of the attic all the way to the back and sit down by yourself in the chair. You'll see it's by the vertical pole at the far back.
Okay.
And the chair is sideways so you can sit and face the camera back the way you came.
Okay.
And there's a camera already set up filming the chair. So now that area in the 1930s, when the Ohio State Penitentiary burned, there were about 250 inmates that came to the Ohio State Reformatory from the Ohio State Penitentiary. And they couldn't put them with the mainline population, so they stuck them in the dormitories up there in the attic. And when you're walking to the back, you'll see behind the static camera, there's showers. But this was the most violent inmates in the state of Ohio, all living in dormitories rather than cells.
Think of it as a huge college dorm room with the worst offenders in Ohio. So guards would lock the door, whatever went on here.
Crazy. So all 200 went up there, or they just housed?
All 250 went in there.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So here's your camera,
All right.
and good luck.
Thank you.
Dave and I are going to the infirmary. You know how to get in there, right?
It's just through this
Just
straight.
keep walking straight.
Yeah. Got it. Bye. All right, guys. Let go. I'm gonna use a light to get there because I will fall, trip, and break a bone, and it won't be fun. All right. I mean, it is a very long room, but Still 200 people? That's a lot. I see, okay. There we go. Okay, just want to make sure that was on. All right. See the shadows? Not shallows. Showers. That's the word. All right. Gonna turn off the light here. Cool. Well, tiny spirits in here. My name's Miranda.
All right. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. What are you doing back there? Being as loud as possible, apparently. That's probably way too close to the camera, I bet. Let me just drag this.
Like I said, my name's Miranda, and I'm just here to talk with you. I don't know if they mentioned there's the music box, the candles over there, and then I think that's the EDI. So, I hear there were some very violent men that lived up here. Is that true? I keep hearing noises. If that's you, can you knock one more time for me? Just so I know for sure. Did something happen to you while you were here? No. The guys are still in the chapel. Well, I don't know if they're still in the chapel or if they went up yet, but I'm definitely hearing movement from that way. If there's anyone down there, you can come closer.
All right, if there's anybody up here with us, we're going to be playing a game. We have a device that one of us is going to be wearing on our heads, which sounds weird, but you can use that to show us important messages to your life or things about you.
Do you want to wear this or you want to run seer?
It doesn't matter, whatever you're feeling up to.
If you want to sit, I can.
Okay. All right, recording.
All right. If there's
Generating.
anyone... Oh, wow.
Looks like a man in a robe sitting down up against a shed outside.
So we'll say that's probably a calibration image.
Yeah.
Something to that effect, because that came way too quickly. All right, so my name is Ryan, and that's Dave with the funny thing on his head. It's just a way for you to maybe create some art for us. I'm sure there were some inmates, sure there were some guys here who loved to do artwork, loved to paint, loved to draw. Well, if you walk up to Dave and use your energy to select words pictures can be painted right before his eyes. And you can show us something about yourself, something about you, a picture of you, a picture of your cell, maybe a picture of your house.
You could even show me an image of maybe what happened to get you sent up here to the infirmary.
That's true. Whether you got sick or whether you got injured. There's also these purple lights that are in a line that you can touch and they'll change colors. And a lantern in the middle of the floor that will light up and play music if you touch it. It'll illuminate and it'll play a tune. Can you do that for us?
I don't know what those pipes are used for, but I think that's definitely what that tapping noise is. There's somebody tapping on the pipes? Or is that just regular building sounds? I'm definitely hearing movement from down there. Who's down there? So I've got a couple of devices here. There's a candle over there. If you come up and blow it out, I'll know you're there. Or right next to it, on the left, there's a box, and if you walk in front of it, it'll make music. Can you trigger either of those for me?
We don't mean you any harm. We come in peace. We're not trying to upset you or hurt you. Can you slam something so we can hear you? If you boys are mad at the law, throw something.
Generating.
Okay.
Looks like smokestacks on top of a building with white billowing smoke and what appears to be a sunset.
Did y'all work in prison industries?
Can you come through this thing on my head here and show me what led you to being put up here in the infirmary? Generating. Just 3 windows inside of a house or building, from the inside looking out to woods.
Did you look out the windows up here? Longing for what life was like on the outside?
There's the showers. I can't show you more, or else there's going to be a reflection. But I bet you lots of men got hurt in those showers. And just in here in general. Hi there. Are you one of the men that got hurt? Okay, chair. We need to relax. Should I be scared sitting here as a woman? Who's walking down there?
If the doctors and nurses up here treated you badly, can you light up one of the devices we set out?
Come on now, guys. Don't you want to stick it to the law? Get real loud?
We'll even help you break out of here. Use our energy if you have to make something happen. Can you show me an image of the warden, of what he looked like when you were here?
I don't know if the camera's or if there's any audio that's gonna pick it up, but at the very far end, I'm definitely hearing a lot of movement. I don't know if it's an animal, or it's a bat, or because I know Connor and Kag and Allison said that when they were up here, it was fairly quiet.
That's all I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you guys to just go down there and sit. But do you listen how quiet it is? That will change. It can get so loud up here.
If that's somebody down there, don't be shy. You can come up. And if you stand in front of that black box on the chair that's next to me, I'll know for sure that you're here. And you can come closer. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to talk. I want to hear your story. If you don't want to get that close, there's also that candle there. Can you blow it out?
We came a very long way to speak to you, gentlemen. We would appreciate it if you were looking for someone to talk to, if you could come forward and speak to us now before we have to leave. Even if you just want to touch that lantern or the green little box that Ryan put in front of the door over there, generating. This is the same image that's come through 1,000,000 times.
Really?
Yeah.
What image is that?
It just looks like red water on a beach.
A beach of blood.
It's kind of what it looks like in this generative form.
Right. You guys have been pretty quiet tonight. We haven't had anything really definitive happen that we can say is really creepy. It seems like the area that gave us the most interesting moment of the night was the area that Greg told us he didn't really find to be very active, and that's the chapel. Someone down there knew that Miranda dropped her ring.
You know, it must have been really crazy. Having to live through a fire, and I'm getting shoved in here with a bunch of other violent men. No supervision. Probably terrifying. I'd be terrified. Or were you one of the violent ones? Did you like being violent? Did it give you free rein? All right, well, if you don't want to come any closer, can you tap on something down there? Or try knocking? Thank you. Can you knock if you were one of the people who tragically passed away here?
We might do a voice recording and we might be able to hear your voice on that. Maybe you could do that for us.
Yeah, I'll set it up. Right now.
I can hold the camera if you want.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Just finding something to set it on is the
We
ultimate challenge.
We just want to know that if you're here and you might need something, some help, some way to get a message across or something that you might need, we want to be able to help you with that.
Rolling EVP up in the infirmary of OSR, and we're still. Really loudly, can you tell us what it is that led you to be here at the Ohio State Reformatory? Do you regret what you did? Do you wish you could change it?
Did you die knowing that you learned from your mistakes?
Are you able to leave this place and move on and come back when you want to, or are you stuck here inside the prison? Or is it just a piece of your energy that is left behind? Like a memory.
Okay, we'll listen back to this and hopefully we get a generative image.
There were two, but I didn't want to interrupt. The first one was a black and white image of a woman standing looking at a mountain. And the second one was of a man that looked like he was holding a knife standing at a fiery ruins.
Like homemade knife or a kitchen knife?
It was in shadow form, so I couldn't tell.
Interesting. I mean, Miranda is right now currently in a place where a bunch of violent inmates were sent after their original prison burned. That could be relevant. I mean,
Could be.
it definitely has relevancy to the story of what happened there. So, I'm going to listen back to this right here.
Is it nice to get to chat with a lady? Well, it's nice talking to you. You know, something tells me that you don't mean me any harm either. Am I right? That's right. I think you're getting closer. Do you feel comfortable triggering one of those devices now? Do you miss your family?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing on that recording. That one seer image was weird,
Yeah.
but that was the only one. I mean, and again, it could just be a random generative thing that is vague enough that you can find meaning in it, I mean, but
Yeah.
it is, I don't know, let us know down in the comments below. Do you find that image to be somewhat on the nose, being the history of where Miranda is by herself right now? And do you think that that could have some sort of relevancy to the fire of the Ohio State Penitentiary?
Yeah, let us know.
But the infirmary has been so quiet except for the occasional Jake break outside.
Yeah.
And the traffic going by. None of the equipment's gone off, no EVPs. And our time here at the Ohio State Reformatory is winding down, so I should probably run and grab Miranda.
Yeah.
Let me grab this from you here.
Okay.
Do you want to pack up this stuff in the bag up here
Yes.
while I run down and get her stuff torn down?
Yes, and I will either meet you there or down in the lobby.
Knock just like this. Oh, oh. Oh.
Miranda?
Hi.
Hi. I'm coming down.
Okay.
Hopefully I don't walk into anything.
Yeah, don't run into anything. I used to light, I'm not gonna lie.
You what?
I used to light to walk in here.
Did you?
Yeah, I was afraid I was gonna run into something. You know, I have a really
She
bad
cheated,
track
guys.
record.
She cheated on the challenge.
That's not cheating.
Put down in the comments, did she cheat on the challenge?
Definitely did not.
All right, here we are. We're at the end of the night here at the Ohio State Reformatory. I feel like I've said that 1,000 times tonight. But we are officially done. We're wrapped here, and we're about to find out what everyone else had. For us, it was kind of a quiet night. There were 2 moments throughout the night, one in solitary with the flux going off unexplainably, and then the other one was in the chapel with the whistling and then possibly even a strange Ovilus response with the Ovilus telling us what Miranda dropped before she could even tell us what she had dropped on the pew.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird. But Allison, Cag, what did you guys have?
We had
happen?
all sorts. We had
levitation. We had
it was brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, by that time your head rotated and you spat out this green stuff.
That was the
great.
best moment. Yeah, you missed it all. Actually, we had absolutely nothing. This is the face of disappointment. No, it was very quiet. But I mean, that happens. We know that. It's. I think we got more when we were a group
Yeah.
than we did when we split up.
Yeah.
Now, whether that was the energy, I don't know.
Maybe, and I don't know, you never know, you might review the audio and find more on there than what you realize, so.
Never know.
Never know.
We say that every time.
I know.
And every time we have a face of disappointment, don't we?
What about you, Connor?
Well, other than seeing that thing behind Dave, it was sort of quiet that I know of. There were some responses that came through on the Epoch device, some noises I couldn't explain. But other than that though, like, still have voice recordings to go over when I go home. Some other things might have happened that I don't know about. But overall, that's pretty much what I had.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Pretty creepy place.
It is, and we want to, of course, finally, and I guess finally, I don't know when this episode's coming out, so I don't know what order this is going to be in, but we want to thank these two, Allison and Cag, for letting us tag along with them. I don't know what order you're seeing these episodes in, but this is the last one that we're filming from our road trip over the past 2.5 weeks. So
I bet you're excited for that.
We're leaving behind.
Do you know what? We might even go somewhere and have something happen because they just pick every kind of freaking time, don't they?
Every time.
I know. I don't know why we do it. We still, every year we say the same thing.
Ryan, I have a feeling next year they're not going to invite us back because
No.
they need the paranormal activity.
they do.
We just keep stealing it.
Well, you can rest
I'm not
assured.
arguing with that.
You
Steal
can-
our fans, steal our ghosts.
You can rest assured that
Steal our
we didn't steal
equipment.
them on this one.
Okay, that's fair enough. This one did. You're the one to blame.
I didn't do nothing.
It's all his fault.
He tags along the fifth kitten and has the activity.
This is our first actual investigation. Okay, the elevator opened. I was like,
Yes, it's them.
yeah.
So we have to hit the road though, so
Yes.
we do. We got to be out of here. So thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, if you watched all the way to the end, leave us a comment of what you saw. If you saw anything we missed, hit that like button. And we'll see you on the next adventure, on the next episode, at the next location of our paranormal quest. Bye. Hey, if you enjoyed that episode, maybe click on one of these other videos and watch some more. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click on this button right down below. We want to thank all of our YouTube members and Patreon supporters for making all of this possible. And we'll see you next time